I'm Hannah Bernard. You're watching Market 1 Minute, and I'm here today with Edward Kelly of Inca One Gold Corp. So let's start off with telling us a little bit more about what the company's up to right now.
Inca One, we're a gold ore processing company based in Peru. It's a fairly simple business. We buy artisanal, small-scale mining ore, gold-bearing ore. We produce it, process it, we produce gold, and sell it at market prices.
And it's my understanding that you received your beneficial permit. Tell us what the significance of that is.
We entered the formalization process about 3.5 years ago. So we've been working through that process now, doing all the studies and environmental permits, etc. And I think the biggest portion to it, the biggest contribution to it is that we're now able to move to increase our production to higher levels. But now we can, that we've been through the formalization process, we're a formal company, we can now apply for extensions to our permits.
And so you've talked about this formalization process. It was reopened under the new leadership under President PPK. What's the impact of that?
Well, no one really knows for sure, but we all expect that there's going to be more miners that will be joining the formalization process. And with more miners that they will then become legal. More legal will allow us to buy more ore and have more customers to be able, legal customers to be able to buy ore from.
Edward, can you give us a little bit of insight of what it's like to do business in Peru?
Yeah, Peru's a mining country. I mean, it's under the leadership of PPK now. He's a pro-business president.
Yeah.
He is an ex-Wall Street banker, worked at the World Bank for a term. And his main mandate is attracting foreign investment for the country. So we're going to see more formalization in all the businesses in Peru, all the different sectors. And I think that for Inca One, it's an opportunity now to be able to capitalize on our past 7 years of working in Peru and taking advantage of some of the growth in certain sectors.
Can you tell us about the small-scale mining sector in Peru and give us a bit more insight on that?
Yeah, small-scale mining sector in Peru is it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's kind of been pushed aside for the last few decades in Peru, and just in the last few years has been brought to the forefront. Well, the governments are looking for tax revenues, and this was a sector that had not been looked upon as an opportunity to be able to tax. And now they've got about 70,000 small-scale mines that have applied to become formalized. They're opening up the process again, and they expect another, say, 50% of that to be able to enter. So it's a big portion to the overall economy and the mining sector in Peru.
So let's look forward for Inca One Gold Corp. What is in store for 2017?
Well, now that we've got our beneficial permit, it allows us to be able to apply for extensions to our permits, which will be a big step for us. For the last 3 years, we've been really working in this sector, getting the permits, focusing on buying ore in the different regions, hiring the right team, building our team in Peru. Right now we've got Mr. Rafael Rossi. He's our general manager in Peru. He's spent 16 years working at Barrick. So we're building a really solid team in Peru. Our ore buying manager, he's been in the business for over 10 years, sourcing ore all over the country. He's got a team of 30 people that are working with him. And so I really feel now is the time that we are about to sort of, with our permits and the right team and right sized and restructured our company, we're at a time to be able to leverage off of that and build our business in Peru now and take advantage of the brand that we've built in the last few years.
So many elements that make this such a good investment, but you have a direct line to talk to investors. So in one sentence, why should investors choose Inca One Gold Corp?
Well, one sentence is tough, but I think, you know, again, we've got a brand that has been established in Peru over the past 7 years. We're now able to leverage off of that. The timing is right with the new government opening up the formalization process again, where we're expecting more miners to be able to join. And and one thing that's kind of the advantage of that is that they are expecting more mines and miners to join the formalization process, but they're not allowing plants to be able to join. So it's an advantage for ourselves being in through the process. The government has put a moratorium on plants, but not for miners. And so they're wanting to work with existing plants that have established a track record and allowing those plants to be able to grow within the country.
Well, it sounds like a great investment opportunity, Edward. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.